Here we are, live. I really, really hope that the internet, that you guys are doing all right. Hello, Mississippi. Hello, Missouri. Hello, Michigan. Hello, Andrews, Texas. Hello, Kentucky. So glad you guys, Missouri is here. Glad you guys could all be here. Hit the like button. And we're going to talk about some stuff, and I might even eat some stuff. I got some stuff to eat. Sorry that Brett almost lost a finger with pig panels. Ouch. Man, I've been messing with pig panels too. Hannah, good to see you. Glad you guys could be here. Pile on in here. Button and let's sit and chat. Let me adjust this a little bit. Back up camera going. Hopefully it's going to stay on. 100 degrees today. It was 97 5 minutes ago. The ads interrupt you. Oh, when you're watching it later, not when you're watching it live. The ads don't interrupt you when you're watching it live, do they? So everything's going good. Guinea. I hit my 178 pounds. 100 pounds lost. I don't know if you all saw that picture from December 17th, 4.5 months. That was Danielle found that picture somewhere. That picture was taken in Arkansas in December. So I don't know what I weighed in that picture, but it was a lot. Yeah, you guys need to let me know you're all in this together. We're all in this together. Don't know that? Pirate Chat tells me I have 2 packages on the way from Texas. On the way from Texas. All right. That tells me something. It's probably a t-shirt should be landing pretty soon by Monday or Tuesday. By the way, we still got a deal going where if you take a picture of you with your the white or the black shirt and you post it on social and then tag me on it, you automatically get an entry to a drawing for another t-shirt that has not been made yet, but that will be made. We're all in this together. Not them other people, not those corporations and the lawyers and the don't do anything unless we tell you people. But we're all in this together. So so wear your picture to your shirt, post it on social media, and let everybody know. 1 hour after this show ends, that black shirt is retired. That black shirt is a limited edition. That'll be it. 1 hour after this show's over, the Bunker Nation black shirt is over. And if you have one of those, bandwagon. But all the people with the black Bunker Nation shirts are going to be like OGs, right? So we're all in this together, everybody, here in the Bunker Nation. So let me get into talking a little bit about today. And I think I lost 100 pounds. I lost the size of a human cherry. Yeah, let's get $1 per pound. I tell you what, here's what I'm going to do. First, let's skip that for a second. I got Bunker homemade off-grid donuts. I'm going to tell you about these because here's one of my problems is I got to move from about 16 or 1700 calories a day to about 3,300 calories a day. But my stomach is about the size of a walnut. So I tried to have breakfast after my weigh-in. I had 8 pieces of bacon, 5 eggs, and a cup of potatoes. Y2K potatoes, pre-2000 potatoes, dehydrated potatoes. Thank you, Wardheim, for the super chat. But if y'all hold on, you can do it for a donut, right? So here's the thing. So I cannot eat that much. I ate half of that breakfast. That breakfast 4 times a day, calorie-wise, to put back on weight and to put on muscle. And my stomach is like that big. I eat like 2 bites of anything and I'm done. And so here's the thing. I made 15 donuts. And I ate 2 of them while I was glazing the other ones because they looked too good. They look like Krispy Kreme donuts. And so I ate 2 of them and then video it. So I figured for the day video, for the full day video, I needed me testing them, right? Seeing. So then I ate 1. So I ate 3. That means there's 12 left. And I brought 6, and there is almost 0 possibility even finishing 1. I am right now. I feel like I ate a house. After I ate that breakfast and I had a little bit of a lunch and I ate those 3 donuts, I'm still only at like 1,800 calories. So I really need to eat these 6 donuts just to get to 3,000 calories. I'm supposed to do 3,380 calories a day. All right, so I'm going to eat a donut. This is a celebratory donut. Earned a lot. I earned it a lot. And let me tell you about these donuts. I not only made these donuts, but every donut deal I could find requires milk, the recipe. And so I'm not milking a cow right now. I have a cow I could probably milk. Actually, it's a Longhorn. I mean, it would probably try to kill me. And so I'm thinking, what am I going to do? So I went looking around the root cellar the other day, and I found this case of pre-Y2K creamery milk, dried milk. And so we didn't buy that stuff for Y2K. After Y2K, nothing big happened. All the people that were getting were just dumping this stuff. And so this family called us, and they had about $10,000 worth of food that they had built up in a secret lair for, and they said, hey, if you guys come get it, you can have it. Well, that food basically kept us alive for like 3 years. But we brought a lot of it when we came out here 15 years ago, and we still have a lot of it. It's perfectly good. So the pigs got out. They ate all the chicken food, all of it. So I opened up a bunch of the wheat, and it's perfectly fine. And I've been feeding it to the chickens. Hello, Scott. So I found this milk, and I thought, well, I'll just make some of this creamery milk. So I made some 20-year-old milk this morning for breakfast. The potatoes that I've got potatoes I need to can, but I made a package of pre-white, like 1997 dehydrated potatoes, and they were good. They were perfectly fine. But my point is that I'm full. I'm so full, but I got to eat some of these donuts, because what is a celebration of losing 100 pounds without somebody eating a bunch of donuts? So thank you guys for the super chats, but why don't we do like a super chat for a donut? Because then it'd be like a reward. No, a reward for you for me eating the donut. I don't know how that works. Anyways, thank you for those super chats. That would be great if we had $1 per pound. That would help us, because tomorrow we got to pay $500 to get the car out of Hawk. And we're only about $440 short. So here we go. I want you guys to see these donuts. It's insane. And I hate when people say the word insane, but let me see if the lighting is good enough in here. Does that look like a Krispy Kreme donut? That's a donut. That's a Grid Survival donut. And I like them better than, I never did like Krispy Kreme, because Krispy Kremes are too light. I don't like to like put a donut and the whole donut just disappears in your mouth. I like it to have some pushback. I like there to be some there. So remember me this, like the song from I'll Always Remember Us This Way. Yeah, Y2K wheat, that's right. So remember me this way, because I'm about to eat probably one donut. To get me to eat another donut, somebody's going to have to do a super chat or something, because I am aching. I'm so full. But these are delicious. It's just so glazy. It's glazy. The glaze is like Krispy Kreme glaze, but the donut has some substance to it. There's actually I like some dough in my donut. I'm going to talk about some things here in a minute, but this is the show for right now, because I put a lot into this. I put a lot into doing all this, but I put a lot into losing the house. And we're all in this together. Scott, you did tell me you were going to skip this one. It took a lot to make these because it was 100 degrees. Frying donuts at 100 degrees. I think I can. I'm with you, Terry. I like the cake donuts. I like the old-fashioned sourdough ones, whatever. And I love the cake donuts. Those are and this is a lot more substantive than a Krispy Kreme, but like the same. Oh, that was a good donut, but I think that's the only one I can eat. Unless somebody does stretch my stomach out. We're all in this together. Oh, wow. And there's glaze here in the butt. All right. Nobody's paying for this. Nobody's paying for no donut eating. Let's put those away for now. All right. Let me get some water. Sit back. Yeah. Sourdough cake donuts are the best. These are a close second. But it just like so big in my stomach. When you lose this much weight, Craig, that's my friend Craig from Australia. We stayed with them when we went to Australia in 2002. Great to see you, Craig. Hope everything's going on. Or you say, how you going in Australia? All right, so that's the deal with the donuts. I'll put that away. If a super chat pops up, I'll eat another one. But I got to get my stomach stretched out, or else I'm not going to be able to eat 3,300 or 3,380 calories a day. All right, so we're going to talk a little, and I think I put that. My wife just messaged me, so I don't know what that is. All right, so I think I put on there that the topic for today is deliberately with determination. One of the things I tell people all the time when they ask me questions, that the biggest difference, and it still amazes me how people don't understand what I'm even doing on this challenge. They have no idea. I've tried to explain it. We've made a trailer. When I sit there and tell somebody about it, they go, oh, that sounds cool. For some reason, they have their brains cannot get around. There are so many things that are different about the way we live. There's so many things that have to be done differently that when I when I say live deliberately, that means you have to consider things. You have to think about things. Tonight, when I get done here, set time, I wake up at 3:30. So I stay up late to be. By the time I get done messaging stuff and then walk up to the front and then walk to the cot, if I want there to be light in there, I have to have thought about it. Uh-oh. Says the connection's having unstable. I got the backup, so if we have problems with the video, I've got video running, and I'll just push that one up. Anyways, I have to have thought about it before or now. So if I'm going to have light tonight, I have to have thought about it before now. You can't think about it when the power goes out. So living deliberately, I'm trying to figure out what's all going on here. Living deliberately, to think about things. Most people in the world, they just flip a light switch and the light comes on. They don't think about everything that it took to get it there. They don't think about the creation of Western civilization and that type of work through centuries to build up to where we had individuals who had enough freedom and time to create the electrical system. They don't think about any of that stuff. They just flip a light switch and the lights are on. They don't think about it. Same thing with water. Wars have been fought over water. the most valuable things in the history of the world. But people just, they go to their spigot and then when it's not there, they get upset and they scream and they yell, somebody should fix this, Flint or whatever. And it's always somebody else's responsibility. When you live this way, you have to live deliberately. And so trying to get people to do something, to think about, and I was explaining this to a friend the other day. They said, tell me about this. I don't understand what it is you're doing. Don't you already live off grid? Yes. The difference is, and this challenge is one, it's a very real thing. We did not plan for what's going on. We didn't plan for it. For 15 years, we were ready for a disrupt. Then a year ago, when the movie started picking up steam, we decided we were going to let the garden sit. We were not going to plant a crop. We were going to divest ourselves of some animals. And I've told you guys this story, but people still don't get it. And there's new people tuning in. And so we don't have, there's not, I've showed in the first, second, or the third day, I've still got some canned meat and all that kind of stuff. But we're in the worst condition we've been in 15 years. And to do it by myself, when a farm like this is a 5 or a 6 or 7 person job, to do it by myself with these conditions, somebody asked the other day, why didn't you go fill the cars and the truck up with gas? Because that was the whole thing. The whole thing is, what if this thing happened? It's the worst time for it to happen in your life. What if it happened and you can't leave, you can't go to town, you can't order things on Amazon, you can't do anything but work with what you have? That's why I'm using Y2K milk in my donuts. That's why I'm eating Y2K potatoes. That's why I'm having to figure out things. We're low on water because it hasn't gas. We're halfway through the month and I got 2.5 gallons of gas left. Trying to work the power because I don't need the power. I could survive out here fine without it, but the power is the outreach and edit and all that stuff if I don't have power. So I try to explain this to people and they just don't get it. They just go, I don't get it. Just the picture of me making coffee in the morning and walking over to the pitcher pump. And then they go, wow, that is awesome. I never thought about that. Of course you never thought about it. Every time you go to get water, you flip the switch or you get water out of the faucet. If I want it light tonight, thank you, Dana, make me eat a donut. If I want light tonight, Dana, thank you. I was wanting to. Now I got to read some. But if I want light tonight, that we have candles. Or if I've got one of the USB lights that's a 5-watt bulb, I got to make sure that I've charged my little battery thing. I got to make sure I've got something for fat lamps if I need to make fat lamps. You don't start making light. Chesterton made a great quote. I'm going to finish this donut, Dana, but I want to finish my point. G.K. Chesterton said, and I'm gonna mangle this because the context was completely different. But there was a lamp on a street corner. And decided they didn't like that lamp because it was too bright. And one person decided they didn't like that lamp because the idea of some people having light and some people not having light wasn't fair. The connection is unstable. So I have the backup. I'm going to wait for a minute and eat a donut. Are we back on? Okay. So the two people that didn't like the light, and there are a few who didn't like the light just because they like to break things. And there were some people who didn't like the light because their deeds were darkness and they hated light. So they decided to rip down the lamppost to make a point. And everybody did it. Everybody had a part in it. They didn't agree on anything, but they had to disagree in the dark. What we're talking about is Western civilization. They all hate it. They all want to tear it down, but they're going to end up arguing about it in the dark. My whole point in using that story is you don't want to be in the dark trying to figure out how to make light. If you've ever been back when we lived in the world and power goes out and you don't have a flashlight ready and you don't have a candle ready and you're walking around in the dark, it's kind of a weak and careless feeling. When you live this life, you can't be surprised by things like winter. You can't be surprised by things like or hunger. Those things have to be planned for, and you have to be deliberate. By deliberate, I mean you think about things and you decide those things are going to work for you. Parable of the 10 Virgins. Exactly. In fact, just the other day, I was filling up my lamp. But I fill it up during the day because I don't want to be filling it up in the dark. We have a lot of lamps, but I usually only use one in the kitchen because it's just me. I use a lot of candles. Danielle buys a ton of candles for cheap. I've talked about that before. She goes to the thrift stores. Everybody out there in the world, they buy candles for events. So they buy some candling or an anniversary or a romantic dinner, buying 10 candles, right? And then someday they're spring cleaning. They're like, why do we have these candles? We're never going to need these. And they take them to the thrift store or Goodwill. My wife like 6 or 8 big long tapers for 50 cents all the time. So she does that and all the people know that she's the candle lady now. So when in there, they're like, there's candles back there. We got candles all over the place, but we also make candles. And so you have to do that stuff. You have to plan for that stuff. You have to plan for the fact that there's going to be darkness. And about America, friends, there's going to be darkness. There already is darkness, but there's going to be darkness. Thank you for the donut. I couldn't eat another one. I need to go back and read some messages. Again, hey, Craig, glad you guys are serving the Lord. Amen. Are you back in Australia, I guess? Yes, you are. Homemade candles, Terry Dunlap, excellent. Make sure you have the things that you need. That's what this whole off-grid lockdown challenge is about. It's showing people that in a time when I'm the least prepared, I'm still more prepared than most people. But we break, and you're going to fail at things. I did not fail at these donuts. Do not fail at hitting the like button. Thank you, Dana. Thank you guys for the super. All right. Terry, you want me to eat another donut? I'll eat another donut if I have to. All right. So we're at what? $51.99. All right. I will graze on another donut, but I'm not going to eat it immediately because you guys do not want to see donut up. My stomach. So I hope you understand when I said living deliberately with determination. There's one thing I hope to show on this challenge and on my mission, my weight loss mission of lose is determination. That is, we do things, we do them because we decide to do them. Most people go through life and things happen to them. they fit into a pattern of the way that you do things. You high school, party a little, go to college, party a little, meet somebody, get married, have a child, have another child, you know, get the 9 to 5, try to make it all work. Um, get to retirement age, have a little fun. One of them dies, the other one gets pushed into a old folks home, dies miserable, poking at a big phone button, trying to get somebody to come and help them, so the world can push them off the edge. Hate to make that sound sad, but that's the way that life goes. And very few decisions are actually made. Your opinions are given to you. You don't have opinions. Your opinion to you. If you're on the left, you get your opinions from MSNBC and CNN and your news and the cool people and the celebrities and the famous people who are telling you, whatever you need to do. Opinions because you don't want to be shamed, because you don't want to be Fox. You get your opinions from Hannity. Looks like we're connection is unstable. Time for me to grab another donut. I am telling you now, I cannot eat all these donuts. But you get your right-wing news sites. You get your information from people who you respect, who are more radical than you, who make you seem cowardly. They seem like they're brave and they're keyboard warriors, and they're like, how long are we going to let America, we're going to stand up? How long until we're going to do that? So you get your opinions from the rah-rah side that feels like they're in the same vein founding fathers. You get your opinions from church. Very few people have opinions. In other words, they don't have the capacity for ideation. But see, that's not true with the Bunker Nation, because we think about things. We don't get handed an opinion and go, okay, that's my opinion now. Because if you watch the left and the right, they change sides sometimes in the same day. See, you're supposed to believe all women until you're all women. And then you're supposed to not until you're supposed to believe all women. See? You get your opinions new. They're brand new every day. Wait, there's more. You get brand new opinions given to you. They're shiny and new. And they're the opposite of the ones you had yesterday. I got sugar in me. Ain't Terry Dunlap? Live with determination. You guys talk for a minute. You guys making me eat donuts. So brutal. Nope. It may make me crash, though. I don't know. I eat donuts. Glaze sugar all over me. You guys, this was wrong of you. But if somebody else wants to do a super chat, just do the super chat and go, you don't have to eat another donut. Tomorrow for the car. Bill says he took his shotgun for a walk in the woods today. Did you see anything turkey-wise? Man, I can't eat any more donuts. The deal is off. I'm putting those away. I'm sorry, but I just cannot eat any more donuts. I'm locking this up. This is loud. I appreciate it. What do you call them? Super chats, but there's no way I can eat another donut. I will throw clean up. I've had also like a gallon and a half of water because it was 100 degrees today. So I feel okay right now, but I can't. I'm not going to eat another one. All right. So that means I ate 6 donuts so far. Wow. I've eaten 6 donuts since 5:30. So in 2 hours, I've eaten 6 donuts. All right, Russ, started walking today. I'm going to do a whole video on walking and why walking is better than anything else that you can do. Absolutely. Yeah, you missed the donuts, but the great thing is we've got it on video, so it'll be around for perpetuity, and you may not miss them the second time if they come back up. But those were like Krispy Kreme donuts, only with a little bit more heft, the way that so that recipe will be on the video for this day. My gosh. All right, so living deliberately with determination, independently, thinking on your own, making your own decisions, having your own opinion, go to the grain when you know you're right, for what's right, preparing for things that are very likely to happen. These things ought to just be the way that things are. These are the way that things once were, but they're not the way they are now. You are a fool and a conspiracy theorist if you think anything could go wrong in America. And I'm not talking about politically. If you think an EMP could happen, if you think we could have massive disruptions, if you think we could have a systemic collapse, if you think the financial system's overburdened, not capable of handling the amount of welfare and social machinations that are being placed upon it, if you think any of those things, you're a crazy person, according to the world. You're a crazy person. It's true. Never understood that. I never understood why when you're ridiculed by people, by your neighbors and your friends and your relatives and all this kind of stuff, you're the crazy person. And it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how erudite you are. It doesn't matter how much you've read. It doesn't matter if you know Russian literature, because they think you're crazy. Even though you're just reasonable, you're a reasonable person. We here are reasonable people. We think people should live frugally within their means. If you make a whole bunch of money and you can afford a yacht and you can have it in Trump if you want it, it's your business. That's 100% your business. It's not my business if someone else is a billionaire. But you should live frugally, even if you're a billionaire, below your means, so that you're not imposing the of thinking for you, creating a whole infrastructure that's you, so you don't die because you are an unsustainable person. Most people in the West, particularly today, are unsustainable people. Ask them a few questions, you'll very clearly that that's true. It requires this huge mammoth infrastructure just to keep them alive. If that infrastructure collapsed, they will die. Is that crazy, or is that just true? I heard somebody saying on Facebook today that it wasn't really fair to say that people should be able to make up their own mind whether or not they want to risk COVID or anything else, because the way the system is set up, if you get sick, it's going to put a burden on the system, and therefore anybody burden on the system should have to do whatever they're told. Well, we tried to tell you back then when you were putting together the system that we didn't want that. A guy a couple of years ago tried to put solar power in Florida, and they said he couldn't. Why? Because the whole system is predicated on the fact that the more people that are on the grid power, the cheaper the power is. If people start getting off of it and providing their own power, the people that are left can't afford it. You see, you become sucking on the teat because they forced you into it. So now they say, well, you can't be free to do this or that. You didn't ask for it. But that's just the thing. When you're living deliberately, you have to think about what your needs are. You have to think about what you do and how you do what you do affects other people. It's called being responsible. And whatever happened to being responsible? Why is being responsible? I don't get it. Be responsible for yourself, family, and your children. Then if you want to expand it, the dog's over there like hyperventilating. I think he's just sleeping. By be responsible for your neighbors means that you try to meet it. You try to be prepared for those who aren't. That doesn't mean somebody with a gun comes and takes your money and pays for something that you don't believe in. So live deliberately. Live on purpose. People say things like that, but they never define what it means. I heard that live on purpose. It's mainly by hippies and surfers. They never explain how do you live on purpose. They become experts on one thing, specialize on one thing, and then it becomes a career. And so they come up with a slogan, live on purpose. Well, let's start with the live part. What would happen to you if the grid goes down? What will happen to you if you can't pay your mortgage? What will happen to you? Go down the list of things that are likely. Man, I'm full of donuts. Has any questions or comments, anything you want to talk about? That's what I wanted to talk about today. That and the fact that I lost 100 pounds, 62 pounds since January 7th. I was talking to my dad today. I was at his house on January 7th, and I got on his recumbent bike, and that's when I'm a fat guy. So I have discussed a couple of times what caused me to decide to do this fitness challenge. And I'm getting some videos and all that kind of stuff. I started a fitness channel that are interested in that. Those donuts aren't going to put 10 pounds back on. I hope they do, but I hope it's just muscle. I'm working on it. But it was worth it. It was worth it. Anyways, I started a fitness channel on YouTube. There's only 2 subscribers, but there's going to be some interesting stuff on there. I'm going to talk about, my getting into it, the determination, what I did, waking up early, walking, all the details of all the different elements of it, why I came to the conclusion of the different things I determined to do. And I'm going to put those all on that YouTube channel. I'll put the YouTube channel down in the description. We're done here in a little bit. It'll be on there. Thank you guys for the super chats. That was great. It's going to be very helpful. And I'm not eating any more donuts. I'm done with donuts for at least till I may have to end up feeding Rascal some donuts. I'm glad they're not donuts. All right, if you have questions or comments or anything you want to talk about, I'll give you a couple minutes in the comment section. Oh, I drink so much water today. Here's some more water. I had 2 glasses of water going. All right, did I miss anything? People, if they don't understand, they fear freedom. They have a fear of freedom, and they will absolutely run away from it in every opportunity. The normalcy bias will force them back into their life. All right, I'm seeing what I missed up here. Incoming insulin spike is correct. But I'll tell you this, the 40 hours before breakfast this morning, I had 50 calories. You can't backwards attribute these but I'll be all right. I had 40 calories or 50 calories in the 40, and those 50 calories were just some weeds around the land that I had in the video. So, and I am so tired. So I'm looking forward to the next 15 days of the challenge. They're going to be the hard 15 days. I got one more over 100 degrees, according to the prognosticators. Then I hope we get to a more 84, 85 is fine. I can get some outside work done. I've been basically working outside until about right before noon. It just gets way too hot. Spent some time down in the root cellar. Looks like the rain is headed my way. Woohoo! It is very dark out there right now. It doesn't look like it here, but it's very dark out there right now. By the way, here pretty soon in the next week, we're gonna get a makeup. I'm gonna have some lights. I know people don't like change. They're afraid that it's gonna get too fancy. It won't matter. It'll still be me yelling about donuts. But we're gonna have a backdrop, the Bunker Nation backdrop, and we're gonna have lights so that the lights are stable. We're gonna have backup power. It'd be nice if I could get the internet not to buffer, but it wasn't too bad today. So I hope Frank is right. I hope the rain's coming our way. If we get a little bit, we get 1 inch of rain, that's back on track, because all of our water barrels under the barn are empty, and I'm pulling water out. Starting today, I started pulling water out of the cistern for the pigs. So it's been a heck of a day. These 200-degree days. I know we're going to get 100-degree days in July. I sure don't like them in May. I hope you guys are all doing all right. Thank you for the super chats. Those are always a great benefit to us, and we appreciate it. It allows us to keep doing this. The Yeti 400 is shipped. Yay. All of this, basically, for the most part, is done free. And then if we can recoup some of it and car fixed or whatever it takes, we always appreciate it. If you don't mind, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe. We haven't got any subscribers in a couple days. So there's that. And then if you don't mind, go to the Amazon links. Even if you got to buy something else at Amazon, if you go through that link, then I make a couple dinari. What about solar panes? It may be difficult, but like you said, Yeti 400 is going to be here. I have to do some stuff. I can do some stuff, but right now we need the rain. If I have to skip a few days of live, we'll skip a few days. I can still keep, I think, the camera batteries charged. All right. So, and you can also go down and hit that support my donate button if you want. There's like 5 different ways you can give. The best way is Facebook Messenger, no fee, either way. T-shirts, you have 1 hour from the minute I hit end stream. You have 1 hour to order a black Bunker Nation t-shirt. At the end of that hour, those t-shirts are gone. There won't be any more. They're not coming back. It was a limited edition. The white t-shirt will be available, and there's going to be another t-shirt eventually that says Bunker Nation. But the black one was a special request. Some people asked me if this episode airs. Those people who are watching this in the future, there's some other stuff coming on down the line. So if you need one, or if you think you might need one, or if you need some holiday, or if you think you might want to get one for your cousin who thinks you're crazy, get a Bunker Nation t-shirt. All right. Thank you, guys. I love you. Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow. Really, Lord willing, we're going to get another episode out, but that's going to require me moving a lot of data, which I can do now. Thank you guys for all that stuff, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, Lord willing.